So I suppose a debrief is in order. Look at this. That's a mast that's landed on another boat, snapped off this cat. I came here last night, super blowy. Don't know what it was, but it's stronger than what it is now. And obviously proof is in the pudding with that boat. I hope the other chap's boat is okay, because that's always a shame. So where do I start? Let's talk about the conditions to begin with. Plus 20 odd knots of gusts, you can hear it, you can see it. Luckily the wind direction, as I said before, west-southwesterlies equals offshore for Studland, which is perfect. Offshore equals calm waters and less chop. The state of the tide was mid to high, so it's a flood, so it's coming in. So there was a bit of wind over tide in certain areas, especially when I got further out in the bay. I had a bit of trouble, as you'll see, with the camera. My mount came off my boat as I was sailing, by the way, which was interesting. I had to do a little dive to catch the camera back, which I managed to do, although the mount is bye-byes. I think it's fair to say it's pretty spicy out there. So how did the boat handle? It was fun. It was fun. It handled all right. Handled better than I thought it would, which is good. Obviously launching on an offshore breeze from the beach is always a little bit challenging, and then equally or more challenging in terms of returning going against the wind. But I managed that. She managed that. In terms of managing it with these gusts and 22 knot winds, she did all right. She did all right. Honestly, she did far better than what I thought she would do. Exceeded all expectations. Wasn't a smooth sail. Didn't necessarily get from A to B in any sort of efficiency, but it was fun. And I think the hardest thing for me to try and manage with the boat was the surprise of the gusts, because it was, I reckon, when the gusts weren't there, maybe 15 to 18 knots, and then it just came and it came with vigour. So when it catches your surprise, obviously it pushes the boat on a keel, and with that boat it doesn't manage much of a keel before wanting to turn into wind, and then it just stalls and you get a bit of a flapping madness going on the water. But when there was a steady gust, or when there was a steady period of wind, it was good fun. I was able to keep it flat, I was able to steer in a good course of direction without too much movement in the water, and it was smooth going. I even think I managed to get a planing once or twice, even with my weight on such a small boat in these unpredictable winds. It's done what it said it'd do on the tin, to be honest. It said it could manage 4-6. Manage isn't the right word, but the rigging was solid, the boat was solid, nothing got damaged. It did what it needed to do. I had a bit of a fun up and down sail, and I got home safe, which is always fun. I suppose when I look at it and I look back, you've got the ability, there's the sail. You have the ability obviously to reef the sail, and you do that just by turning the mast. Turn it once or twice, or as small as you want the sail. The more turns you put in it, a little bit like a large furlough on a mast, obviously it brings the sail in and you minimise the surface area. If I'd done that, I think it would have been more enjoyable because the wind would have been more manageable on its gusts. Whilst most of the time I was really struggling to keep pointing upwind to get back to the beach, keeping it flat and not being overpowered by those sudden gusts. For what it's built for, a small Taz, 9 foot, says on the tin, a training dinghy for kids where you can with a squeeze fit one adult is perfect. And it's just proven today that it can manage a little bit more challenging conditions. So I think my kids will have good fun in it in the future. I highly recommend it. The thing's indestructible, super light, easy to pack away. Give it a whirl.